how to use your planetary search on your time map desktop program. Let's go to our time and date key and left click. Let's scroll down to our planetary search key, and here's our planetary search panel. I know it may look a little confusing, but we'll go over it. In order to know what combination of planets to put together, we need to know the important planetary combinations. So let's exit out here, the red button, left click. Let's go to our help button, left click. Your time map user's guide provides important combinations. For all you students of astrology, you'll be pretty familiar with the Sun being exalted in Aries, its detriment in Aquarius, fall in Libra, and its dignity is Leo, and the rest of the planetary combinations. In this particular presentation dealing with the planetary search, we'll find important planetary combinations. For example, signing important papers. If possible, avoid signing important papers when transiting planet is inharmonious to your natal sun. And once again, the natal planet symbolizes you or the person that you're looking up. So we'll find in your time map manual from page 80 to 85 various planetary combinations: selling products, public relations, personal illness, establishing partnerships, seeking employment or promotion. For this particular example, we're going to be interested in seeking employment or promotion. So we're going to be interested in finding the transiting Sun, harmonious or conjunct to the natal Venus, Jupiter, or transiting node. How to use our planetary search. Let's go to our time date key, left click, scroll down to planetary search, left click, and we have male here, but we want to use Jane Doe as our example. So let's left click Jane Doe. See Jane Doe's name here. Let's go to the upper right hand corner and exit out, left click. Now what we want to do is take a look at the daily transit, left click the navigation key and scroll down to daily transit. The reason why we're going to the daily transit page, we want to see the position of the heavenly bodies at the time of our particular search. We just looked at the important combos, and we know that we want to look for employment or promotion for Jane Doe. So we want to look at the particular season and the natal aspect or the timing for Jane Doe to get the best time to ask for promotion. In this particular case, we're dealing with the season of Scorpio because the Sun is in Scorpio, transiting Sun. And our particular combination for seeking employment or promotion was the Sun, transiting Sun, see transit right here, is harmonious to or conjunct natal Venus. See right here, Jane Doe was born with natal Libra in 27 degrees and 33 minutes, or the combination was the transiting Sun making a harmonious aspect or a conjunct to natal Jupiter. And we see Jupiter in the sign of Pisces, and we know Pisces is a water sign, and Scorpio is a water sign, so we know that's a good combination. How to use the planetary search feature for the time map desktop program. Let's go back to our example. Let's go to our time date key and left click. Let's scroll down to the planetary search and left click. We see here male is present. Our example that we're using is Jane Doe. So let's go to our menus list and left click Jane Doe. We see Jane Doe is listed here. The date of this particular example for Jane Doe's search for employment will be October 25th, 2009 at 9:29 a.m. What we want to do is make sure our start and end date is within the month of October, which it is. We have October 1, 2009 ending October 31st, 2009. What we want to do is come to the bottom of the screen and we see transit planet. In this particular example, we know that Jane is seeking employment. So we know from our time map manual, the particular combination that we're looking for is a transiting Sun conjunct Venus, or transiting Sun harmonious to natal Jupiter. So that's transiting Sun conjunct natal Venus, transiting Sun harmonious to natal Jupiter. So in order for us to find that particular combination, that window of time, we simply go to transiting planet, it's right here, transit planet, and we select the transit Sun is applying what type of pressure? It's applying a conjunct pressure to my natal planet. In this particular example, we're dealing with Jane, so the conjunct pressure to Jane's natal Venus. So we click Venus. We have another space for another combination. So we're going to go transit planet. In this particular example, we're dealing with transit Sun. So we'll click the Sun is applying what type of pressure? Harmonious pressure to Jane's natal planet, which will be Jupiter. So we'll come down to Jupiter, left click, and click here to search. So we click search. We'll pull up our results box, and we'll scroll down, and we see that Monday, the 19th of October 2009, would have been a great time for Jane to seek employment. You see here the Sun in Libra conjunct Jane's Venus in Libra. See here transit to natal. Enhanced charisma. That's the brief interpretation. And enforcement time for Jane to seek employment would have been from October 18th, 2009 to October 22nd, 2009 at 4:01 p.m. And here's the detailed interpretation that Jane could have taken advantage of. We'll scroll down and see if there's another window of opportunity for Jane available. Let's see here, harmonious section, transit Sun to natal Jupiter, and we see that Jane has another window of opportunity to seek employment from October 29th, 2009 at 6:47 a.m. to November 2nd, 6:49 a.m. Self-confidence attracts financing, which is excellent because Jane is seeking employment. And here's a particular combination. The Sun in Scorpio making 120 degrees to Jupiter, or Jupiter in Pisces. And here's a detailed interpretation that Jane can use when she goes on her employment. So that's how you use the planetary search. How to use the planetary search. We know that Jane has an opportunity to receive employment between October 29th and November 2nd. We want to make sure that the date that she selects isn't a void of course moon. So let's go to our navigation key and left click. Let's scroll down the menu bar and go to phases of the moon and left click. The reason why we're going to check to see that if there's a void of course moon, because we know that scheduling anything important during a void of course moon normally ends in disappointment. So we want to scroll down to the moon expectorant and look for the dates between October 28th, or actually October 29th through the 30th, and see if there's any void of course moons. And we see here on October 28th there's a void of course moon, and October the 30th there's a void of course moon. And we see in between those dates there's a red asterisk. On October 28th, 2009 at 3:45 a.m. we notice that the moon enters the sign of Pisces. So between the 28th of October and the 29th of October the moon will be in a water sign, and we know the transiting Sun is in a water sign because of this particular search. The Sun will be in the sign of Scorpio, which is a water sign. So it appears that October 29, 2009 will be an excellent day for Jane to schedule her appointment with her new employer.